Alright, so we're going to talk about surface area and volumes of spheres. And so a sphere is a three-dimensional shape. We have a center and a radius as before, but as opposed to just being able to go around in 2 dimensions, it can go in 3 dimensions, so we get this three-dimensional shape. And so we have different pieces here. You can slice it up in different cross-sections. You're going to get circles. But the big idea that we're interested in this is the volume and the surface area of a sphere. And so we have a surface area of a sphere, which our formula is given as 4 pi r squared. A way to think about this is pi r squared is the area of a circle, and you're going to have 4 circles to give you the surface area of a sphere. So if I have an example down here, all I really need is the radius. The diameter is 18, which means the radius is half of that, or 9. So to get the surface area, I just do 4 pi r squared. So 4 times 81 pi, and I'm going to get 324 pi square feet. That's it. The next one is a little bit trickier, where I've been given a circumference. So I need the radius for this formula. I have the circumference, and the circumference is 2 pi r. So to make this work, I need to figure out what that's going to be. So I set the circumference 13 equals 2 pi r. I divide by 2 pi, and I get around 2.1. So now I can take my 2.1 and I can plug it into this to get the surface area. So I plug that in, 4 pi r squared, 4 times 2.1 squared, and I get in the end around 55.4 square centimeters. So the key part is you need a radius to make this work. We can also look at the volume. You could break it up into tiny little pieces and work through it, but in the end what you get is you get 4/3 pi r cubed. So this is a cubic unit. We're talking about volume. We have a cube on our radius. So you get 4/3 pi r cubed. That's how that's going to work. I'm going to do the same thing here to find the volume. I've been given a diameter. I need to figure out the volume. The volume is going to be, the radius is going to be half of this, so 15, and then I plug that in. 15 gets cubed, so 15 times 15 times 15, I take 4/3 of that value. When you do that, you're going to get 4,500 pi cubic centimeters. All right. You can go the other way. You've been given a volume in this case, and you want to find the surface area. So to find the surface area, we need the radius. The radius is used for the volume. So we're going to take our volume formula, 4/3 pi r cubed, and the volume is 1. So I get 1 is 4/3 pi r cubed. I have to get rid of this 4/3, so I can divide by 4/3 or multiply by 3/4. Doesn't matter, same difference. So 3/4 on both sides. I get 3/4 over there is pi r cubed. And now I'm going to divide by pi on both sides, and I'm left with r cubed is that number. Now to undo this cube power, this third power, I take a cube root. So I'm going to use my calculator to get a cube root on both sides. When I do that, I'm going to get 0.62 for my radius. Now I'm not done though, because I've been asked to figure out the surface area. So the surface area, again, is 4 pi r squared. So I plug that in. I'm going to take my radius, my surface area, equals 4 pi, and then my radius is right above it, 0.62 squared. And I plug through that value, and I end up getting around 4.8 square inches. And so that is my final answer as we're going through this, because I've answered the question where I have the surface area.